What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel as you tune in and check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak on Chris Paul's, you know, his retirement, and not just his retirement, but his career. Right? Um, I think Chris Paul had a really good career, and so some people think that the way Chris Paul is going out, like, I just read some comments, and some people think it was really sad, the way Chris Paul went out. That they said that Chris Paul didn't get to get a almost like a farewell tour. And when you think about it, like most NBA players don't get a chance to get a farewell tour. Magic Johnson, I don't think got a farewell tour. Kobe Bryant did get one. Michael Jordan didn't get one. I think LeBron James will probably have one next year, right? Even if you're a franchise Hall of Fame basketball player, you don't get in most cases, you don't get a farewell tour, right? Because a lot of times, they don't, these basketball players are not planning for retirement. A lot of times it just happen in a way where it just come up like all of a sudden. They know the end is near, but maybe it'll be a situation like what Chris Paul had, where his last team just ran him out of town, and then we went to the next team. They they cut him or got rid of him. So, or they bought him out and just let him go, right? Instead of him getting the opportunity to have a farewell tour. And this is what I said, like this is part of what happens in Chris Paul's situation. Because I don't even think like Kevin Durant, there's a good chance that Kevin Durant may not have a farewell tour, right? But I just think that if you don't have a forever team, one organization that you stick with throughout your career, then you won't have an opportunity to have that loyalty from a fan base and the loyalty from a team, right? Like if Chris Paul had spent all of his career at what was the team that let him go? The Clippers. If he had spent his career at the Clippers, then that fan base would be loyal to Chris Paul, right? And so now you have a loyal fan base, and you have a team that's less likely to do Chris Paul the way that they did him, because now the team is thinking about like how this would look publicly and how it's going to affect their fan base, because they can always market Chris Paul. That's a way for teams to make money. That's part of the reason why LeBron James, him being from Cleveland, that's part of the reason why the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to let LeBron James come back, is because, that's his hometown. And it's because of money. It's not that, and I think LeBron James spent like 11 years there, and he gave them their only championship. But if it wasn't for the fact that he gave them their only championship, then they probably wouldn't let him come back. They wouldn't. They probably could care less. But it's to their benefit, to let LeBron James come back, because they stand to make a lot of money off LeBron James, not just next season, but going forward, because that is the person that won their, that got them to their only championship. So it's to the players' benefit, like, to have a forever home, especially a franchise ball player. You want to stick to and have a forever home if you want to be in a situation where um, you get to get a farewell send off like this, right? But I recently listened to Carmelo Anthony and his reactions to Chris Paul retiring, and I want to play the audio from that and then come back and give my input.
From the NBA. At the trade deadline, the Clippers traded him to the Toronto Raptors, who then waived him today, ending his 21-year career. And here's what Carmelo Anthony had to say about CP3 retiring.
Well, we just had some news about our guy.
Yes.
Finally gave it up too.
Absolutely.
Obviously, the guy that we both know, we all know, you played with. What are your thoughts about his career so far?
I mean, it's CP, man. Like we can't downplay our point guard, man. You get what I'm saying? So we in his building. I know he didn't build this building, but this program and this organization, when you think about this organization, you think about Chris Paul, right? So forget all the other narratives or everything that everybody is trying to come up with, or all of a sudden.
For sure.
Um, right away, Carmelo Anthony contradicting himself. He said, well, we in this building that he built, but well, he didn't build this building. But when you think about this building, you think about Chris Paul. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, if as a franchise ball player, if you have a forever home, then there's no doubt, then players, won't feel the need to kind of like, to make up things like this. But I don't know, like Chris Paul don't have a forever home. I know that he played for, I can think of at least 5 different teams that Chris Paul played for. And so he don't have a loyal fan base like that. He have a fractured fan base, but he don't have a loyal fan base.
Been CP. We all knew that. I've known CP since he was in high school, right? He's been the same way all his career. But I think right now, and I had a conversation with him, I said, CP, it's going to be a tough time for you. It's going to be a tough transition to try to wrap your head around all of this. But you have one thing going for you. Go get in the gym with your son.
Yes.
Right? That will alleviate anything, any pressure that you have. Go get in the gym with your son.
Yeah.
He called me like, yo, man, listen, this feels amazing. Like, I ain't think I would have this type of experience. Yeah. And then we see him now who announced his retirement. Yeah. So it's a beautiful thing to see. I just wanted him to get
certified
love
legend.
And the flowers that he deserved. Man, certified legend.
He deserves
this game.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
What about from your perspective with Chris?
Oh, man, he said it all. I mean, Chris is, I think what I most remember about him is just the spirit of how competitive he is. Yeah. He'll do anything to win. Yeah. He pushes his teammates. He holds them accountable. And some of the best and most meaningful years of my basketball career were centered around Chris, to be completely honest. So whether that was in Houston or the Clippers, the best teams I was ever on, Chris was our point guard. And I got to play behind, as a backup to him in LA and Houston, and he was great.
Yeah. Before we let you guys get going, I hear you reflecting about Chris Paul. I know we talked to you guys a little bit about your own careers. In a lot of ways, like this experience for you is you giving back to the game, to some of these younger players. I'm curious, like, what did the game give you guys? Because obviously there's a lot that you can point to, but from your perspectives, like, and you're smiling right now, like I got to imagine, like, besides the cash, right? Like, we get it, well compensated, but like, what truly did the sport of basketball give to you guys?
Basketball gave me every emotion that you could possibly.
All right, that's Carmelo Anthony, right? But before I listen to that, like, and see that, I think that was a good question. Like, what did basketball give to you? Because I think like the veteran ball players, man, should at this point in their time in their career, they should be reflecting and telling the younger players to, to respect and cherish the time that you have of playing basketball, because not everybody who wants to be a basketball player professionally get the opportunity to live out their dream, right? So that should make them want to be ambassadors for the sport and do what's right for the sport. And that's sometimes what I feel like when I look at LeBron James, I don't think that he's doing right by the sport of basketball. I don't think he's an ambassador for basketball. And just look at Kobe, like how he spoke about basketball, how he played the game. Like Kobe was a great ambassador for basketball. Magic Johnson, a great ambassador for basketball. And that means that they appreciated their time that they got to play basketball. Isaiah Thomas, I think, is another great ambassador. Larry Bird, because anytime they talk about basketball, they giving back to the sport of basketball, and they appreciate what basketball did for them. So hopefully these guys who get ready to go out now, they feel the same way that Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, and all those guys felt. And they'll speak about basketball in that way. And they'll give honest, helpful tips to the young guys who coming up behind them.
Experience from the good, the bad, the ugly, the down nights, the dark times, the great times, the tears, the pain. It gave me every emotion. So I have that experience. So I can say that the game gave me all of that, and I gave the game that back, that emotion, that commitment to train and be better, to be to see who, I want to reach people on a that's ahead of me, that's in front of me. Like it was motivation, it was inspirational to me, and it changed our lives. I mean, come on, you see what Rudy got on, man? You got that good Vance and all, man. Man, that good leather, man. That good cow hair.
It was only a matter of time. It was only a matter of time for it.
Man, listen, we good. It's an honor, it's a blessing, and those guys out there right now, this is the beginning of that.
made it to where Chris Paul's the scapegoat. He's the problem. Clearly, there's something else going on.
All right, so like Carmelo said, man, like basketball financially provided a good life for them and provided opportunity. And that's why I think that going forward, all those guys, man, should just pay forward to the young guys that's coming up for them. And like I said, just give out good advice, helpful tips and stuff like that, you know, to the next generation. And, you know, other than that, man, is you know, they lucky and fortunate, like I said, to be able to reach their goal and be able to play at a professional level. So that's my take on it. Make sure to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. I'll check you all out in the next video. Peace.